Welcome back, scumbags. It is time yet again for us to get some to eat. I'm Tim. This is Cousin Mikey.
Hey.
And today is Super Bowl Sunday. And we're going to be eating the best Super Bowl snack that you could have. But this isn't really a snack, obviously, we know on the show. He doesn't have snacks. He's going to be eating a lot of them, just to let you know. But Cousin Mikey, how you feeling today?
Well, this is going to be my flu game, I think. Rough night last night. Thankfully, my wife was able to shoulder the load, or in this case, vomit the rest of the night.
That's the story of your whole marriage, right?
That's fucking good. Yeah, no, little one got a stomach bug, but you know what, man? I strive for greatness, and that's what we're going to achieve today.
Yep. And our team is in the Super Bowl today, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Birds.
They used to be my team. I wouldn't really say they're my team now. I've dropped off of professional sports in general. But Cousin Mikey, how do you feel about the Eagles' chances today?
Birds by a million.
Do you really honestly think so?
Yeah.
So what do you think about like the Kansas City Chiefs and the the ref bullshit, like how they get like all the calls and stuff like that?
I mean, I think it's 100% true. I think the NFL script writers are really diving deep in their bag this year. They had like 7 one-score games. You don't know, but it's
no.
I think the refs are completely on Kansas City side, and it's horseshit. It's affecting the integrity of the game that has so much integrity and has for many years.
Yeah.
But
the game that has accepted Michael Vick back, just like he didn't kill all those dogs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it was. Remember
that?
Yeah, yep.
Sure, I remember that vividly. One of the reasons why I don't like I like the Philadelphia Eagles still, but just not as much as I did.
I mean, it's a reasonable cause to not like.
That was one of them.
For sure.
One of them. One of the causes was definitely that.
Yeah.
But there's many more. But that was the main one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Birds do have a very solid chance to win this game. And again, what better way to enjoy it than with some big ass wangs?
That's right. I'm gonna say Kansas City's gonna win today, but that's just my opinion. We're having a difference in opinion there. Now let's have a different. I think we're gonna have a different opinion on this too. So, buffalo wings. There's bone in. There's bone out. Or boneless, as they say.
Oh.
There's different dipping sauces and stuff like that. But let's start with the bone-in versus boneless wings. Do you have a preference?
Absolutely. I've always been a big bone-in kind of guy.
And why? Why is that?
I like that I have to work for my food. But with that said, I've gotten lazier over the years. So that's why I switched it up and went with smaller wings. But it's always been bone-in, man. The drumettes, the wingettes, the fucking clingettes, all of them. They're delicious.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of the wings are just better than boneless wings. Boneless wings are okay, but they're not like wings. They're just like chicken nuggets, essentially. But they're good.
Yeah, I mean, with those, you'll know what you're getting, though.
Right.
Like, they're basically just a ball of fucking bird goop.
Right.
Like, there could be, the farmers aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
There's probably, pigeons in there, crows.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit. They're basically balls of salmonella that they deep fry for you.
That's true. How about what do you like to dip those balls of salmonella in? Blue cheese or ranch?
That's not even seriously ranch.
Right.
Blue
Totally
cheese
agree.
is disgusting.
I think so too.
It's awful.
I think the blue cheese people are snobbier too about it.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh well, but it's just like you're eating mold. It's kind of like moldy.
It's disgusting.
White substance looking stuff. It's gross.
It's very viscous. And not for nothing. Before this challenge, our producer Frank said, "What do you want to do with the blue cheese?" And I looked in Tim's eyes with such an amount of fear, because if he asked me to add that to this, I might just shit all over the floor.
Yeah, we don't want that, obviously.
No.
Not in this nice studio that we have here.
No, beautiful studio.
Yeah. So what's the challenge today? I mean, it's obviously buffalo wings, but...
So the challenge today is the What the Chuck Challenge. This challenge consists of 100 mild wings, both drums and flats. There is no time limit. This is strictly a survival. This is my flu game of surviving.
Yeah, and the thing with Chuck's wings is, they're not counting these. So we have no idea if it's 100. It's definitely more than 100 just by looking at it. Yeah. But they are smaller. I think you have a chance. And we recognize that this is going to be not very fun or visually appealing to watch him do it, which is why we have these different kind of camera shots today. But we'll show you a little bit, because watching him eat these wings is like something it's like an animal. He's just like right in, right out. It's really nasty. You don't really enjoy it.
But not too much of an animal, because as you can see, we have a miniature above ground pool for me to put the bones, the carcasses, if you will, of these in there.
So, do we have calories? Do you have an idea?
So I have a rough estimate.
Well, we got to do the intro.
So sorry.
The reading of the calories. Go ahead. What do we got?
I mean, I couldn't, like, Chuck's doesn't have, like, a fucking nutrition facts on their front window, rightfully so.
Right.
What I did do some research. I looked up some journals, Wikipedia, and it says they're roughly anywhere between 44 to 88 calories per wing and drum. Rounding it all up, I decided that this, in my opinion, is roughly 5,200 calories. 5,286 to be exact.
So that's more than the last one.
Yeah.
Is it more than the Holly Jolly Heart Attack calories?
It's right around that.
But it's different.
But it's different.
It's different kinds of calories.
Yeah.
It's not just like a thing of slop.
No.
It's just a tin of slop. Wow. So
yeah.
Before we get started, I know you have some smelling salts here.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Yeah. So, I've had some sinus issues, but also this is something that football players do when they get knocked out, or because I might have to do this to Cousin Mikey in about 20 minutes. We'll have to see.
So yeah, this is a nice mellow smelling salts called Skull Fuck. It's by House of Gains in Lancaster, PA. Shout out to Aries Nutrition.
The Amish? Are they Amish?
I mean, probably. Well, I don't know, because the logo is the Dia de los Muertos skull with a fucking howdy doody mustache. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no. But yeah, we'll give it a rip.
So I have to shake it up first?
Yeah, just make sure it's tight. It is mellow though. Ah. There you go. A little dab will do you.
Oh, shit.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
That was a horrible idea.
It does clear the sinuses up a bit. Okay. That's interesting. All right, I'm feeling pretty good now.
Yeah, they also had another one called Pussy Tickle, but I decided to go with Skull Fuck right before I'm eating hot wings. Right. So that's great.
All right, so open them up, kid. Let's take a look. It's like in Pulp Fiction when they open the suitcase, that little gold.
God. Yeah,
Marcellus
my ass
Wallace.
is going to feel like Ving Rhames after this.
Oh, my God.
You got to let the... You got to let the juices are afloat. Jesus Christ.
The other thing I thought about, too, which I guess you forgot, was you were going to try to wear gloves for this?
Yeah, I ran out of time today. So... Fuck. Yeah, so it's...
Not even started yet.
These boys are... Oh, man. And these already got the... They're in these wings, just a pool of orange...
There's a lot.
Shit forms.
Yeah.
And that gives you that extra... Oh, that one's not... That's looking like I'm going to get sick later. No, these do look
Aunt Salmonella's going to be in town. The thing is, too, like, the table's level, but the liquid isn't moving at all.
No.
It's just kind of shifted all over there, so it's thick.
Well, you know why it all shifted there?
Oh, because on the way here.
On the way here, this fucking thing decided to just shit all over my floor in my car, so that's... I mean, be honest with you, it's better than the black ice I've had in there for 4.5 years now.
With your tag body spray and stuff?
Oh, dude, the Axe. Bod. Diesel.
All right, so get started. You can pick up a wing, show the camera so they can see, what you're working with. Especially, don't try not to like show your fingertips though, like your nails.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, right.
My fingers are fucking gross.
Like, do you have gout? You think or no?
I think it's just
you're working on it.
I'm getting there. Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, get it in there. Oh, it smells amazing too. These wings are phenomenal.
So there you go. This is almost like a hybrid of a flat and a drum.
Yep.
It's like if they broke the chicken's femur. Yeah, we're gonna eat that. Well, hey, here we go, guys. Timmy. It's all you, bud.
Dude, good luck.
Thanks.
And there's your little discarding bucket. Oh, man. That's lots of chewing there. That's disgusting. So while he's doing this, like I said earlier, we recognize this is not going to be fun to watch. I mean, he's here. I hope he's not in this shot. He's not, right? In this one? He kind of is? Okay. But not too much. Good. Okay. So I'm going to do something that we wrote. We wrote some jokes here about some current events and things like that. So I'll try to keep you entertained and try not to throw up as he's right next to me. This segment is called Timmy Talk. So like I said, these are some jokes that we wrote about some current events and stuff like that. Just jokes, so we don't need anybody to, get too offended by these. But I don't think you will. The Los Angeles wildfires, and no, that is not a team competing in today's Super Bowl, has sparked a conversation about what really happened to the city's water reserves. The fire chief, an LGBTQ advocate, and the first lesbian to ever hold a position, has finally admitted that the water was rerouted for a wet t-shirt contest at our local Hooters. In response to the wildfires, and one of his last acts as president, President Joe Biden decided to send the victims of the LA wildfires a check for $770. He said, nice gift. I mean, it was between that and a Solo Stove fire pit, so. Some people are just bad gift givers, around Christmas time. Let's get to something a little lighter here. Israel and Hamas has finally agreed to a ceasefire. This deal hinges on one thing and one thing only. That McDonald's brings back the snack wrap.
Oh, my God.
That'll heal everything.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck's wings, which are featured on today's podcast, are notoriously quite small, only about 2 inches in length. Or as Cousin Mikey says, they're average. Mm-hmm. The use of AI has become increasingly popular. People rushing to the apps to create AI-generated images and to ask the AI some questions. And the top 3 questions that people ask AI are, what does the future look like? What is the meaning of life? And what color will Ariana Grande be next year? Actor Anthony Mackie, who plays Captain America in the MCU, has been criticized as of lately for his comments saying that Captain America doesn't really represent America. The actor has walked back the statements and said he really regrets not reading the script for his upcoming leading role in the movie Sergeant Sodomy. Fans have become quite critical of the NFL broadcast as of late for showing Taylor Swift too much. I think we all agree the only way to take the spotlight off of Taylor Swift is for her to remove her clothes and skin suit to finally reveal that she is in fact Gumby. I tell you what, man, people are still talking about Usher's halftime performance from last year. Yes, everyone from his mother to his manager at the Olive Garden, where he is currently employed. This year's Super Bowl is in New Orleans, and the stadium is called Caesars Superdome. To honor Caesar, halftime performer Kendrick Lamar will be wearing a Caesar haircut, a seashell necklace, and will play nothing but covers of Sugar Ray. The performers are usually not paid for their performance at halftime, but this year, former President George W. Bush has decided to make a donation to the performers. This donation is reportedly coming from a cardboard box in his basement labeled Hurricane Katrina Relief Funds. Kendrick Lamar's music is, as we know, filled with curse words, which means that the broadcast will have to bleep out many of these curse words, and it will make the performance very hard to understand, but still easier to understand than an RFK Jr. speech. First stain right next to me, by the way. And the smells are something else. Michael Jackson's halftime performance is still the most watched performance of all time. And although the NFL does not pay these halftime performers, that year, the NFL and Frito-Lay agreed to make a donation of $100,000 to Michael Jackson's Heal the World Foundation. Yes. Always get those mixed up. And finally, let's talk about my least favorite performance of all time at halftime. That's right, Beyonce's. Yes, believe it or not, Beyonce's performance was 12 years ago, which means, of course, only one more year until Jay-Z tries to have sex with it. That'll do it for Timmy Talk. All right, now we're going to talk about the history of the buffalo wing, because Chuck's Wings doesn't really have history on it. There's a place in Princeton called Chuck's on Spring Street, actually, and that was actually originally owned by one of the Menendez brothers, but I don't know if those two are related, so I can't, draw that conclusion there. But buffalo wings have been around a long time, since 1964, but I watched this YouTube video today with this guy. This guy is such a douchebag. His name's Max Miller, of course. And he was talking about these wings that were from the 1800s. But they're not buffalo wings. So I don't really understand why he's talking about them as if they're buffalo wings. They're whole wings, which are uncut, and they're in like a mustard-based sauce. And they were called deviled bones back then in the 1800s, which actually is a pretty cool name. And, I'm sure Mikey's deviled a few bones in his day. Oh, he's deviling one right now. It's disgusting. But the real buffalo wing, in my opinion, because this is up for debate, but I don't think it is. The real buffalo wing was created in 1964 in Buffalo, New York, in the Anchor Bar. The Anchor Bar is still open for operation today, which is interesting. And it was made by the Bellissimo family, which had 3 different stories about how they created it. So, a lot of people are saying that isn't very accurate, like they're lying or something. But they're Italians. If you know any Italian family, you go to their house, they'll tell you a story, and 9 of them will tell you a story, and it'll sound different from every single one, because that's just what Italians do. And they're Sicilian too, which are the worst ones. But I'll give them credit where credit's due. They invented the buffalo wing, okay? Because they used all these, leftover chicken wings, essentially. Cut them, put them in this cayenne based sauce. You say it 3 times, it'll peel. But yeah, they created it. But then there's this guy who's from Buffalo. His name is John Young, and he claimed that he made it in 1961. Okay, he said, "Oh, I was serving those for years before they did." Buffalo wings, right? Those aren't buffalo wings, which he made. Those were uncut chicken wings, which were in something called mumbo sauce, which is actually, we have some of that here from Chuck's. It's more of like a tomato-based sauce, but it's not buffalo sauce. So I don't understand how you could say that he invented it when it's not the same. That's like, finding the person who made the steak sandwich and be like, "Oh, well, he made the filet mignon." Well, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how you can make that argument. He's got a quarter of this eaten. Obviously, you can't count that much, and he can't count that high. And we're about 8 minutes into him eating. He's looking good, though. So since we're talking about this John Young guy here, I'm going to try some of this mumbo sauce. I got some celery here, which you're not allowed to eat. It definitely smells more like barbecue-y than anything. Again, not buffalo sauce, so I don't understand why he's claiming this. It's good, though.
What is that?
Kind of gizzard?
Yep. Chicken testicle.
Oh, your favorite. You pick them out. You seek them out, right? So yeah, John Young. The thing is, too, when somebody looked into this, because he had a restaurant in Buffalo, his restaurant wasn't officially opened until 1966, which is after 1964, when the Bellissimos claimed to have invented it. So his story is not adding up at all.
Oh, shit.
And there's something else I didn't know, actually, when I was looking into this. Buffalo Wild Wings has been around since 1982.
Really?
Yeah. And I never knew that. By Jim Disbro and Scott Lowry. And I always wondered why buffalo wings were associated with football. And I don't really think there was an answer. But the first Buffalo Wild Wings was opened at Ohio State University, which is obviously a huge football school.
Just won the Natty.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
So that could like draw the conclusion that that's why buffalo wings are associated with football so much. I mean that because they're so easy to eat, and people like him just can't get enough of them. Obviously. How are they tasting?
The sauce is excellent. It's hot. They definitely put a little more fucking pep in their step with this round, which now makes me worried about my floorboard in my car because that's probably fucking melted by now.
You're gonna have the Fred Flintstone on the way home,
dude. It's
Yabba doo.
Speaking of that, dude, this is gonna be rough.
The digestion part. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Like Hooters has great wings. Buffalo Wild Wings aren't very good, but Hooters has really good wings. The only problem with going to Hooters is the awkwardness of going to Hooters. Because, you go to Hooters and you're just perceived to be an absolute low-life scumbag. It's like equivalent to going to a strip club. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to Hooters. You can't just say that to a woman, obviously. You just have to, sneak out and go. But I'm not going to do that because Hooters has very good wings. I don't know if I'd say great because of how they make me feel terrible. Mm-hmm. But they taste good. Is there a snare drum under there? But they taste good. But the problem is, you eat them. I don't want to, socialize while I'm eating buffalo wings. Case in point right next to me. And then, not only do you have to socialize, but you have to socialize with, a girl who's, probably trying to get her way through college, right? Stereotypically. And, trying to have conversations with you. Obviously, that's what they do there.
So, do you like the wings or do you like the fried pickle? My name's Candy. Like that?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You must go there pretty often.
I work there.
That outfit must be really disgusting.
I fill it out nice.
How about the shorts? You wear those shorts too? Those orange? They're orange, right?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's what I would say about Hooters. I like Hooters, but going to Hooters is such a... No, I'm not going. I can't remember the last time I've been to Hooters. I'm not going back. I'll get takeout, maybe. Mm. So, we got another segment here, which if you used to watch my food reviews, you'd be kind of familiar with. The Yelp Review and Google Review Spotlight, which I love. So, this is where I pick out a review from either Yelp or Google and kind of just try to see what kind of person this is. So, the first one's from Yelp. And it's from Superman S, which is interesting. Superman S gave it 3 stars, which is not a terrible ranking here. But his review says, flavor great, cooked great, but when you order 14 wings, you should get 14 drumette sections and 14 flats. I got only 2 drumettes. The rest were all flats. Not cool. Now, there's something called math, right? Yeah. Math is the numbers you add, you subtract. You do things with numbers too. I mean, maybe Superman doesn't know this because he's, not from this planet.
Math's his kryptonite.
Yeah, right. But his argument is that he should get 28 wings when he only ordered 14 because he equates a full wing to 2 cut up sections. Which no, that's not the way it works. That's Superman.
That doesn't... I just want to know how he walked that up to them. I know. That argument. It was just
I don't think he did. I think he just ran to the computer. But you got to be such a moron to type that online and then post it and then put obviously his name's not Superman. But what do you think it is? No, you're just enjoying yourself too much. There's paper towels there. You should get a machete so you can chop the fingers off when you're done because those are done. Those are ruined. All right, the next one is from Google. This is from our buddy Nathan. Nathan gave it 1 star, and please bear with me while I read this because it's just a run-on paragraph here. Okay, here we go. I'll try. I will not be returning. Mr. Wise Guy at the counter told me I can't get another cheesecake because the horrible packaging made it fall on the ground. I don't recommend this place. It's disgusting because I only ordered 10 wings, and they gave me 20 wings. And when I was using the toilet... and I thought I was flushing it, but a stream of water went in my face. This whole review is just... So he got a cheesecake from Chuck's, which I didn't know they had cheesecakes.
I don't think they.
I don't.
Like, unless he thinks the blue cheese is a cheesecake.
Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe.
Just
Maybe.
a dumb fucking idiot.
And then the horrible packaging made it fall on the ground. So I don't know if it was packaged in nails or what. Like, how did it fall? Like, how did it make it fall on the ground? It just disintegrated when he picked it up? Don't think so, Nathan. And then he ordered 10 wings and he got 20. And he's complaining about that. Like, it's a bad thing. They gave him 10 extra wings.
The other guy wish he had his problem.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? And then the whole toilet thing, I don't even know where to go with that. Because you went into the toilet.
Yeah. The bathroom was fine. I literally think it is a bidet.
So maybe
I think that guy just squirted himself with ass water, which that's what you get, Nathan.
And finally, Google review on Barry. And here comes Barry. This place needs to be shut down. There's a 1-star review. The food here is disgusting. Tastes like garbage. The people that work here are foreigners. That's what Barry has to say. Jesus. And Barry, the thing is, Barry, he's just such a coward. Because he didn't put his last name. And if you're going to make a statement like that and just have Barry, you're a coward. If you're going to be a racist asshole, at least be upfront about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Barry just sounds like a fucking piece of shit. Like, that's the problem. Nowadays, everybody's all comfortable behind the keyboard. They can say whatever they want with no repercussions. Well, guess what, Barry? This isn't even a podcast anymore. I'm talking to fucking you. This is what happens when you're a dickhead online with no leg to stand on. You didn't put your last name. You have no picture. And you know what, Barry? Maybe it's you. Maybe you ever think it's you? Like, did you look at the toilet and say, that looks nothing like a bidet? And then just drank the ass water.
That was Nathan. This is Barry.
You know
Barry's
what?
just a racist.
I'm just frustrated because these guys are just fucking idiots.
I know they all meld together. Because they're all the same person.
Do you think it is just one? Do you think they're Superman?
No. Maybe. I didn't think about that. Damn. You got your QAnon hat on for that one, right? Freaking tinfoil hat. I don't think the conspiracy runs that deep. But I do think that they're the same person in the way that they're both just Karens. Like, first of all, if you're going to... There's only two type of people who leave reviews anymore on Google or Yelp. And it's people who love the place, who are like family friends, and they like want to help get the word out about the place, or they just really like the place. Or you're a baby Karen, and you just go online to bitch and complain. And every one of these reviews I've ever read that has 1 star, you could tell the person didn't go, or you could tell that they are a pussy, for lack of a better word. And they just like want to bitch and complain and want to get people on their side. But we're not on your side. We're not on your side at all. I don't think I've ever read a 1-star review where I was like, oh, this person has a good point. They're all babies. And that's what I'll say about Google and Yelp reviews. I'm kind of done with them at this point. Yeah, I used to like them.
They've fallen off. People aren't getting creative anymore. It's the same complaints every time. Boo, boo, boo. My food was bad. Boo, boo, boo. The bathroom's bad. Boo, boo, boo. I drank toilet water. Like, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I went in. Bathroom's there. Bathroom's very clean. Very clean. For, like, a little wing place, great. I'd eat wings out of the toilet.
So the halftime performer this year is Kendrick Lamar. Not very excited for that. I don't understand why, like, when we got away from having bands perform at halftime, like rock bands, it doesn't really, it's just like, I don't mind rap and hip hop, but in my opinion, it doesn't like translate well to TV ever. Like the performance is always very strange. And every year there's always one like ridiculously over the top thing that happens that you always remember. Like the shark at Katy Perry's, like the tit with Janet Jackson. Remember 50 Cent was hanging upside down.
I forgot about that.
Right?
One.
And that one, like, it was fine, but I wasn't like excited watching it.
Didn't Creed do it the one year?
No, Creed did I think it was NFC Championship for the Cowboys. But that was cool. Sick. It was stupid. It was ridiculous over the top, but it was fun. Bruce Springsteen was like one of the last bands to do it. And for all of my criticisms of Bruce and his music as of late, that performance is great. It's great. Tom Petty, great, obviously. Even in the early 2000s, they had Aerosmith and Britney Spears and NSYNC, and that was a fun performance. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like a freaking, a terrible acid trip or something, but at least it was like exciting to watch. Steven Tyler up there looking like, how he looks.
He's rough. He's rough. What current band, other than the Killers, would you want to see perform at the Super Bowl?
Other than the Killers. I mean, the Killers should have played last year because it was in Las Vegas where they're from. I don't want to hear about the stuff that they're not popular. Mr. Brightside's one of the most popular rock songs ever. And, I don't understand why they wouldn't do it. But they went with Usher instead, who was 10 years too late. I mean, I like Usher. But at this point, we don't really, need to see him headlining the Super Bowl halftime. But anyway, band I would like to see. I would like to see. No, he's not really like a band. Well, if they're going to go with a single act, Post Malone would be good.
That's a good one.
I think he has good music and he's fun and he has a lot of different genres where he could play and have different artists come out because that's what they just like to do now. Have all these different artists come out.
Yeah.
But do you have a band in mind that you would like to see?
Do you know who Dave Blunts is?
No.
Oh, look him up. That's who I want to play the Super Bowl.
Is he good?
He's just later.
What's he like, David Alco or something?
No. Actually, literally the opposite.
Okay.
You can look him up later. The audience might. Little homework assignment.
Right. I mean, I don't just based off of how you look sometimes. That's always what my mind thinks of.
Well, I'm just full of surprises because he looks different.
Because, oh my God. Oh, it's that fat guy. Oh, he just sits there and just goes like this. Yep. Okay. Well, you would say he's a band? I mean, he's
the size of one. Nah, good for him. He's hopping on Wengovy and losing weight.
I thought of a good band, okay? I had a little time to think because I haven't thought about this. A band that I'm so shocked hasn't played the halftime show is Metallica.
Yeah, why is that?
Because they don't like rock bands.
Weren't the Niners just in the Super Bowl not too long ago?
They did oh my God, in California they had Coldplay. Ugh. And,
I hate Coldplay.
I'm not going to,
I know you. Yeah.
Right. I mean, Coldplay's okay, but the performance itself is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the most vibrant colors ever. And of course, Beyonce's got to strut out and just, why does she have to be in everything? She's like Brian Regan used to say, she's like cranberry juice, where she just gets in every other juice. There's cranberry apple juice, cranberry grape juice, cranberry raspberry. We don't need to see Beyonce all this time. And I'm glad we haven't seen her in a while. And hopefully Jay-Z,
Yeah, where have they been?
I don't know. I haven't seen them in the news or anything lately. Nothing has happened recently with Jay-Z.
Maybe they're in the studio writing Hot Fire.
Yeah. I don't think so. And I think I don't see how Metallica wouldn't play. I mean, they're popular still. They make music that's average. It's not great, but I mean, they have so many older songs that they can play. But they'll get them in 10 years when James Hetfield can't sing anymore and Lars, I mean, he could never really drum that well. He's okay, but Lars will I don't even know what he'll do at that point. He might be 3 feet tall at that point. He's just shrinking now. The size of these wings.
As much as I love Metallica, I fucking hate Lars.
Yeah.
He made a severe inconvenience for me when I was younger.
The whole Napster incident.
Yeah. Dude, relax. You're making hundreds of dollars touring right now. You're fine.
Well, anyway, I know you guys are probably at a Super Bowl party today. And, I'm indifferent about Super Bowl parties. I used to like them. But there's always this one person at the Super Bowl party, who does something that annoys me. And that's kind of, I think, why I stopped going. So this segment is called, Don't Be That Person at the Super Bowl Party Who... How you doing? Just before I start this.
We're doing all right.
Okay.
We're chugging through. It's my mouth hurts.
They look kind of hot.
Yeah, I saw him go to the back too, and he was sprinkling some stuff over.
Oh, he definitely put a little zhuzh in there.
I was like, that's probably nothing.
You're about 24 minutes in.
But
that's fine.
I'm getting sweaty, but yeah. No, these are great.
They're great. I love Chuck's wings.
Yeah, and again, excuse me. Shout out to Ahmet. These are awesome, and the sauces were great.
Oh yeah. So back to this.
Oh, God.
Our first one. Don't be the person at the Super Bowl party who overstays their welcome. Okay. When the game's over, you got about a 10-minute grace period, and then you got to hit the Ricky Road. You got to get your ass out of here. I mean, a lot of people leave, before halftime, after halftime. That's completely acceptable. But it's a Sunday. Okay. If I'll never do this because I've never had anybody over at my house. But if I'm gracious enough to invite you over to my house, you got to know the rules of not staying after the game. Because after the game, like, nothing happens, and I just want to go to bed. And I've wanted to go to bed since the third quarter, probably. This year will be different, but most of the time, you gotta leave. Now, the second one: don't be the person at the Super Bowl party who brings up politics. Okay, politics are good and all. Everybody has their opinion, but we don't need to talk about that during the Super Bowl. We're gonna have enough arguing going on with the game, and enough arguing going on with. Oh, this commercial's no good. This commercial's no good. This commercial used to be better. This commercial used to be better. Oh my God. I get it. I know the commercials aren't good anymore. They haven't been good in a decade. We don't need to talk about it anymore. And that's something that they can't improve on, it seems like. It's just getting worse and worse. Whereas the halftime performances, they could pick somebody who's good, but they're just not doing that. And I'm not trying to, well, I am trying to. I don't really like Kendrick Lamar. I don't think he's very good. And his whole uprising in this last year, I mean, he's always been popular, obviously, and he performed with Dr. Dre that one year, with Dr. Dre and Snoop and all them. He was there. So he already kind of did it once. But his biggest song of the last year was just a rip on Drake, which, I mean, I get it. Drake is very hateable and very easy to make fun of. But I just feel like... Whoa. It's not like it's fine. It's a good song. It's just like a diss track. Does it really need to be the headline? Oh my God, I was just so annoyed with it. Anyway, the last one. Don't be the person at the Super Bowl party who talks during the entire halftime performance. Now, there's always one guy there who's talking about the halftime performance and critiquing it while it's going on. Now, I like to critique the halftime performance, obviously. But I like the only way you could critique it is if you could listen to it and hear it. And now when I got, Adam, who works at State Farm, who is suddenly a sound engineer, critiquing every little thing of this halftime performance, guess what? I can't hear it. So I can't critique it now. I'm obviously probably not going to like it, but I at least want to have reasons why I don't like it. And Adam, the State Farm insurance salesman, is just ruining it for me. And if you're one of those three people, call in sick for the Super Bowl party. Don't come. Don't come. You can stay at home in the comfort of your own home and talk over the entire halftime performance. Talk about politics. And you can stay all night at your own house. But don't do it at somebody else's house. I'm sick of it.
You imagine somebody doing that at their own house? Like, alone?
Alone.
Like
I can. I can definitely imagine.
They got their fucking Beanie Babies set up on the love seats. All right, Teddy.
Laugh, Teddy.
It's a fucking laugh. Yeah.
You don't want to be put in the closet again, do you? Yeah, I can imagine that. You're not too sweaty. You're doing good. I'm happy with this.
The sauce is very good.
So, how about I talk about my fall off from the Philadelphia Eagles sports team? Because I alluded to that in a little bit in the beginning. And I used to love the Eagles. I used to love sports in general, Philly sports in general. But Philly sports in general has taken a turn, I would say, in the last 10 years. Phillies and Eagles especially are prominent because those are, the two most popular sports, I would say. Basketball, I was never really into, but I know they're pretty unwatchable now, the Sixers.
Fucking suck.
But it started off with Michael Vick. The signing of Michael Vick. It really annoyed me as a kid because I remember, on ESPN they showed when he got arrested for the, dogfighting ring and stuff like that. And it was traumatizing. Like, I still remember that. And, that was strike one with the Eagles. And that was a big strike. Especially now. Michael Vick is like on TV. He is on talk shows and stuff like that. And people are singing his praises. He's done so good for the community since he's been out of jail. He raises money for charities. That's fine. And I think people deserve second chances. I also think that if you have a house that is a compound for a dog fighting ring where he actively participated in it, it wasn't like it was like a buddy of his was running it. He was participating in it. And that's not something where it's like a crime where it's like, oh yeah, like tax evasion. Like I forgot to do this, you know, I didn't want to pay my taxes or anything like that. That's a little different. It's a little different of a crime that he committed. And he served less than 2 years of jail, federal prison, but...
He didn't know.
Right.
He didn't know.
Right. And people came to his defense during that, too. I'll never forget that. I think Deion Sanders was one of them. I don't want to... But he was like... He was trying to say that it was a sport. It was like hunting.
Yeah, they're just guys having fun.
Right.
That's all.
And, you know, Michael Vick he's welcome to come back into the society. I totally agree with that. But does he need to be on TV? Does he need to be getting paid a lot of money, a lot more money than a lot of us who have never committed that crime? For what? To talk about sports on TV? I mean, really, what is it really? Is there that much skill to do that?
And our new announcer for the Yukonuba Dog Show.
Right. Oh, God. And that'll take me to another reason why I don't like Philly sports. A guy that people love, and I just don't know what it is about him. Well, I do know what it is about him that I don't like. And that's Jason Kelce. The Kelce's both I don't like. Travis Kelce's way easier to not like. But Jason Kelce is one of the best centers in Philadelphia history. He's a great offensive lineman. Very talented. But another one who retires and is just handed all these commercials, all these sports talk show appearances, where he's not really skilled in it. He's just like has a look, I think, and he's just like an image, and that's why he gets the job, and that's why I don't like it. And also, people really like his family and stuff like that. That's nice. He seems like a good dad, and I don't hate him for that. I won't say I hate him. I just strongly dislike seeing him on TV all the time. The same as Mr. Bryce Harper.
Oh.
Now, Bryce Harper is a Philadelphia Philly, obviously. He's getting paid a lot of money.
$330 million over 13 years.
Right. And he's good. He's good. He hasn't won a World Series yet, so he's not that good, is he? But he's making all this money, and he's dressing like he's in middle school recess when he's my age. And this isn't sour grapes. I'm not upset that he's making more money than me. I mean, he's a professional baseball player. It
could have been us.
It could have been us, right? But, you know, Mikey hurt his knee or something like that. Or some other kind of like excuse that he had. He had no talent. He was no very good. Never in shape or anything like that. He was in shape once. Round. Yeah, but you're doing good. I mean, you know, you went to Nottingham High School. I went to Steiner High School.
Yeah.
Two completely different kinds of high schools.
It's a little bit. Slightly different cultures for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steiner was all Italians, all Polish.
Mine was all not that.
And the best part is, like, Cousin Mikey stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, all these other kids are having fun, and then you got Cousin Mikey who looks like how he looks. Looks like an extra from American History X. American Obesity XXL, actually. It would be your story. But I had a good time in high school. I loved high school.
Yeah, had some good friends there. We didn't have trucks, though.
What did you guys have? 1st and 10?
Yeah, 1st and 10 was the big one. Actually, really, that was it. These are starting to get cold, so that's cool.
Maybe that'll make it. Won't make it easier to eat.
Yeah, no, dude, it's just like an ice pop from hell. Yeah, this is a fucking disaster in here.
It's okay.
You might have to get a power washer out and me stand out in the back.
Well, that's getting thrown. It's getting thrown away.
Just burn it.
Yeah, it probably won't burn either.
Oh man, there's just like snot and spit and.
So what else about Philadelphia sports that pissed me off? Another thing was them running Andy Reid out of the town. Andy Reid, as you know, who's the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs now, has won how many Super Bowls with them? 4? 3?
I forget, actually. I think 3?
More than the Eagles have in their whole career. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a great coach for the Eagles. Some of my favorite Eagles were from his era, obviously. Brian Dawkins is the best Eagle of all time. find that very hard to debate against. Donovan McNabb is the best Eagles quarterback of all time. And I would say Brian Westbrook is the best running back of all time in the Philadelphia Eagles organization. That's what I think.
That's fair. I mean,
and they're just great. I mean, McNabb is, probably drunk, but he's a great quarterback.
Swap those Campbell soup cans for fucking Busch Light.
Yeah, and I hope he's not driving that school bus.
Oh my God.
I hope Mama McNabb's still driving it.
He pops on the radio to give his insight like once a week during the football season, and it is amazing.
Oh yeah, he's probably calling from a payphone at Hooters.
Yeah, I said no extra Daytona sauce.
Yeah. Mom, this girl really likes me, I think.
Yeah, she said her name is Mike. Cousin Mike?
Yeah. But in Philadelphia sports, it's just gotten like this. It's just corny now. It's just corny. That's why I don't think I like it. Also, professional sports especially, has really been injected with politics, which, like I was saying before, like I don't really want to. The point of sports is to get away from that kind of stuff, I thought. But now, every end zone has some kind of political statement in it, or some statement in general. And I'm not disagreeing with any of them. I'm not agreeing with them. I'm not saying anything about them. I'm just saying I don't want to see them. That's why it's stupid. So we're going to go to our last segment here. I hope Cousin Mikey's going to survive this one. So obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl today. And we both know how good of teams they are. So we're not really going to talk about the game or the teams or any kind of predictions like that, because you can get that on any other pregame show.
Yeah.
What we're going to talk about on our pregame show is all of the crime stats from these cities, from Philadelphia versus Kansas City. And I've got them all different sections, different points for different crimes, or they're not all crimes. They're mostly crimes, but they're all negative stats from these cities. So this segment we're going to call National Felony Log, which is the NFL. So let's get to our first fun statistic here. Unemployment. Philadelphia, their unemployment rate is 4.4%.
Oh, it's not bad, right?
Yeah. Kansas City's is 3.5%.
Wow.
So since that's a little lower end, Philadelphia's going to get a field goal on that one. So Philadelphia is up 3-0. I think that's pretty.
That's good. It's a good look so far.
It's a good look so far.
It's a good look.
Next one we got here, parking violations. So these are parking tickets, anything like that.
That's an easy one.
And I got to say, I'm not even going to read Kansas City's, because the amount of parking tickets that are in Philadelphia are unbelievable. This is on average per year. Philadelphia writes 1.7 million parking tickets. And it's believable, because I've been to Philadelphia plenty of times. And you park under a sign that says, you could park here if Mercury and Uranus are in line, and you're like, okay, well, I'm getting a ticket. There's no way I'm not. And it's basically just paying for parking.
What do you think they do with all the money from that?
Oh,
Like,
they put it in their public schools, definitely. They put it in their playgrounds, all that stuff. You could tell.
Well, I can tell you, they definitely don't put it in their fucking roads.
No.
Arguably the worst roads to drive on. They don't even cover the manholes now.
No.
They're just like, fucking figure it out, stupid.
It might be worse to drive in like New York City is a whole different animal to drive in. But Philadelphia is like, you're driving through like Afghanistan. Like, these holes are massive.
And
hey, this is a lot of money. This is like, that's just the tickets. So imagine what the fees are on those tickets.
I can tell you exactly what it is. The last ticket I got, it was like 44 and change.
Oh my God.
For a meter. I went into the Wawa for 2 minutes, and I see the guy writing it. This is a true story, by the way. And I walk out, and I just go, wait, no. I was just in there. He goes, just all shoulders. Like a fucking little, and dude, I lost my mind. I go, oh, yeah, real fucking noble what you're doing. fuck you. And he's just waddling up the hill like, I was pissed. All right,
Good.
What's next statistic?
Well, that one's another field goal for Philadelphia, so they're up 6-0. Next one. So these, I had to do some math with these because the populations of these cities are drastically different. Philadelphia has about 1 million more people in the city because it's much bigger, much denser. So these are all per 1,000 citizens. First one we got here, motor vehicle theft. This is per 1,000. Philadelphia, 9.27.
Oh my God.
Kansas City, 16.1.
Damn.
Motor vehicle theft. That's
Just real like just Grand Theft Auto over there.
Yeah,
huh?
right.
That's good.
so Kansas City puts 3 on the board. 6-3, Philadelphia still in the lead. Now we just got plain old theft. And again, this is per 1,000. So theft is, it's just categorized as just stealing. No damage, nothing like that. It's just stealing. Philadelphia's at 29.5. Kansas City, 22.3. So Philadelphia's going to get a touchdown off of that since it's so incredibly high. That's absurd. So Philadelphia is up 13-3. Next, we got burglary. This involves breaking in. So this is breaking in and stealing. Philadelphia's at 2.94, and Kansas City's at 4.3.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot more. Kansas City's bad. Like, I didn't really know how. I've never been to Kansas City.
No.
But Kansas City's in the top 10 worst cities of all time. Worst cities every year. Yeah. So now, what is it? That's a touchdown for Kansas City. 13-10. Now we got property crime. Property crime involves breaking in, doing damage to the building, vandalism, arson. This is a pretty wide net here. And this one's tight. This one's tight here. Philadelphia is at 41.7. Kansas City's at 42.8. So Kansas City
Oh my God.
has tied it up at 13. Aggravated assault.
Oh.
Aggravated assault is a bad one. This is physical violence to other people. Philadelphia is at 5.32, and Kansas City with aggravated assault 10.94.
Oh my
So
God.
double. That's violent.
That's not
City you
looking
probably love though. I mean, you know, they're friendly. They just rob you.
good. Yeah.
They write you parking tickets.
Yeah, hit you with their dirt bikes and quads on Broad Street.
So that's a touchdown for Kansas City. 20-13. They're in the lead. We got 2 cards left.
It's not looking good.
Now we got robbery. This is old Danny Ocean style robbery here. This is by force too. So there's force involved, and this force is damage to a person as well. So you're not only breaking in and stealing their stuff, but you're beating them up. Philadelphia, 2.5.
Oh.
Kansas City, 2.3.
Yes. I mean that's horrible, but
Yeah.
yes.
So they tie it up at 20-20 with 1 card left. This is for all the marbles. I think this game's going to be this close, by the way.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder.
Now, murder is low. Obviously, there's not many murders. And Philadelphia has done a good job this year. They cut their murders in almost half. Which maybe. Or maybe they're just not reporting them. I don't know. But anyway, Philadelphia, 0.15.
Okay.
And Kansas City's at 0.26. Kansas City takes it 27-20 as a worse city. See, wasn't that fun? It was more fun than the game.
I feel horrible.
Did you ever name this segment, or you were so hungry you started eating?
This is the What the Chuck challenge.
Okay.
And I mean, the beds of my fingernails are like somebody sprayed like fucking acid under them. Dude, look at that. That's terrible. I think I'm going to take another L. We're going to be at 1 and 2. But with that said, with my rough count, this is roughly 27 wings.
What do you basically just?
I count them. I took everything and then I slid it down, and then as I finished it, I went back and counted. I mean, it's only like a layer. We could count them out.
No, don't touch them because I might want to eat. I mean, you did shovel them with your hand, right?
Yeah, but like
I'm not gonna eat them.
Like this one's fine.
Which one? The one that you just touched?
No, like in that area, you want to stay away from there, but that area is fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, none of this.
Yeah.
Well, another L, huh? Are you full, or are you just getting tired?
I think I'm just tired. I think because I think I'm just tired.
Break out the smelling salt. Don't touch it.
No, I think I'm just my flu game. That's what it is. The flu got the best of me. The sauce is extra hot. I'm not sure what you did. I'm not quite sure what you put in there when you went over, but that's okay. Yeah, it's hot and and hell is fine, or whatever that DMX album is. Yeah, so
it's all right. But you probably don't want to touch your eyeballs, though.
I do. Oh wait, this hand's a little bit better. This hand's just a disaster.
That's so disgusting.
I've been trying to keep it in the bucket.
Right, to keep it away from people's eyes.
Yeah, I'll need us to go from 2 views down to 1. So.
Right. Yeah, we got to keep that. Maybe we had 3 this time. I don't know.
All right, let's
not push it.
Let's relax, dude. This is. I mean, the wings are unbelievable.
They smell great. They look great.
This was the part I was going to worry about, though, is when they get cold, they get
heavy,
very hard to eat.
Yeah, because you could see almost like sticks of butter floating in that sauce because
they
put a lot of butter in there, which makes it so good. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like those first few, just gripping, and then they got cold, and I think I have tapeworm.
No, you don't. Your body is absorbing all of that.
No,
that tapeworm would be out of there in a minute.
It would just come out looking like fucking Shia Halud from Dune. You get to hop on it and ride it on out here.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet jumping on there.
There you go,
your boy
Timmy.
Yep. Well, what else you got to say? Anything else?
Just thank you again to the entire Chuck's crew. These were excellent. He did offer, if I beat this, which he offered 50 free wings if I ate all of this.
Wow, what a prize!
Which was very nice.
That's a good prize. I mean, but
very nice of them.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, they threw in the sauces, which you can enjoy.
I'll eat them.
I'll throw up.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. This went about as how I expected.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for joining us on Sum2Eat. Let's go Eagles, and enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Say goodbye, fat boy.